chat going crazy. Climbing the tower, hands getting shaky. Link below, you already know. Type that code in, then we go, then we go. Store pulled up, hearts all racing. One more run, we're all waiting. Hit that shop screen, do it for the team. Lock it in, hear the whole squad sing. Create a code, 300. Throw it in, let the love hit. We winning, everyone know it. 300, yeah, we all run it. Spartan in the tower, we find it. Every drop, every win, we done it. Say it loud so the whole world hears it. Use the code 300. Use the code 300. New stream, roll call, screens glow blue. Same crew, same hall, clutch on the last floor. Voice getting rough, use that code, fam. Can't thank you enough. Stacking floors up, hearts all racing. One more run, we're all waiting. Hit that shop screen, do it for the team. Lock it in, hear the whole squad scream. Create a code, 300. Throw it in, let the love hit. We winning, everyone know it. 300, yeah, we all run it. Spartan in the tower, we fund it. Every drop, every win, we done it. Say it loud so the whole world hears it. Use the code 300. Code 300. Code 300. 300. Code 300.
Oh, what the heck? Wait a minute. Can you guys hear me? What just happened?
What's up, guys?
Okay.
I'm Spartan.
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I don't know what just happened. It's like I started streaming, but it turned off somehow. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, well, you missed everything I just said at first, so I apologize. Okay, everybody can hear me. Very good, very good. So check this out. Last stream, I don't know if you guys heard me when I said this or not. I don't think you did, but we did finish at rank 1. I know I told you guys I would update you, but we did end up winning. That other dude that had literally like triple the amount of waves that or not triple, but double the amount of tier 21 waves and a few more relics, we ended up beating that dude. Spartan, when is the member giveaway stream? That will be immediately following this live stream. Right after this, we will, give me like 20 minutes or so. I'll get everything set up for that. And then I will publish the members only stream. And that will be live for all of you guys. But yeah, we're doing it a little bit different this time. We're doing, I believe I said 5 event boosts and 1 stone pack. So we'll start doing just kind of normal spins for the 5 event boosts. Then after those winners are selected, we will do elimination style for the stone pack. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, it's either that or what? No. Actually, I think we'll do it a different way. I think that we'll just do it full elimination style. So once we have 6 people left, those 6 people will basically be our winners, quote unquote. But we'll still do elimination, and then the last person standing will basically get the stone pack. Everybody else in those, the last 6 people will get the event boost. So I think we'll do it that way, actually. Yeah, I think that's more fair. Because that way, everybody has a chance at the stone pack, basically, and they don't they're like, oh, dang, I wanted a chance for a stone pack. So I think we'll do it that way. I think that makes the most sense. Had my first Legends tournament today. Went about as expected. Back to champs for me. Yep, that is the way that it goes. Spartan liked this elimination style. It was fun, okay? It was really, really fun. It was super fun. When was the last time that you ran a milestone? Well, I think it was around, it was like a couple of patches ago I tried, but I don't know. I've been doing like basically nothing but econ for the past, I don't know, like 3-4 months. And I finally have been putting stuff into damage. Or sorry, no, I have that backwards. I've done nothing but damage for the past few months, but recently I've just been focusing on econ. Probably due for one. Yeah, I need to. I did recently do the dissonant runs starting all the way at tier 21, at least for utility. I just did utility all the way down back to kind of tier 19. I finished tier 16. I got so close to finishing tier 17. It actually made me really angry. I'm pretty sure that I did this AFK, and if I had timed it correctly, I could have like, you know, I don't know, actually paid attention. But anyway. Elimination style. Can we use Energy Shield, Second Wind, and Death Defy? Death Defy, yes, because that adds to the RNG. Energy Shields, no. And Second Wind, yeah, no. But certainly we can do Death Defies. Could you clarify about the elimination style, please? Yeah, I will. Once we do that stream, I'll go more in depth with like how we're going to facilitate it. But that's not the purpose of this stream. That'll be for the stream right after this. That will just be for YouTube members only. But, guys, like I just mentioned, we got a few more people in here than we did before. We did finish at rank 1. So super, super happy about that. That is the second rank 1 that we've ever gotten. Yeah. Our very first one was just a very lucky bracket. So 1,533 waves finishing rank 1. That is basically unheard of. And then this one was a little bit more of a competitive bracket. So I'm excited about that. But today's bracket is absolutely garbage. I'll show you guys. So just to get keys, you need over 1,000 waves. You know, that's not necessarily too out of the ordinary at this point. But if you go, yeah, from rank 10 to 9, there's like a 600 wave jump. So I've recently been in a bracket with this guy several times, and I can't remember if I beat this guy or not. But best case scenario, it's looking like we're going to get rank 10, which is absolutely garbage comparatively with like how I usually have done. But like, look at this. This is so bad. This is so bad. On Spartan Junior, do you just try to farm waves until you hit 6,500? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of doing it incorrectly. Like, I should be in tier 10. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't know. I just wanted to be in tier 11. But tier 10 is probably way more profitable. You can see that the coin bonus is way higher. I think actually I'm gonna experiment and jump back down to tier 10. But yeah. We are all set up. The battle conditions today in Legends are as follows. Orb resistance, thorn resistance, enemy attack speed, plasma cannon resist, basic ultimate, which I actually kind of like the basic ultimate. All that means for me is a lot more opportunities to have amplifying strike go, and for me at least, bosses are usually not a big issue. So there's a few things we're going to kind of do outside of the ordinary with the basic ultimate. But yeah, and then last but not least, Death Defy down. So the things I'm going to do a little bit differently, I'm going to put Ohm Chip back in because we're going to have so many extra bosses. It just makes sense. But that will help us deal with the overcharge. That will help us deal with the ranged and the ray enemies through the bounce shots and the chain lightning procs. So that's what we're going to go for there. I think I am going to start with ACP primary, Space Displacer Assist, and we're going to try minimum range again. I think it's going to go a lot better since there's no fast ultimate, since there's no ranged ultimate, etc. But yeah, my bracket is freaking terrible. Anyway. Of course, we have the tournament cards equipped. I need to re-equip the range card so that I can lock the range. So there we go. The other thing that is changing is instead of using Scout like I've been using, I'm going to use Summon because more opportunities to get bosses, which sounds bad on paper, but that will translate to more damage overall through the Ohm chip. So that's kind of the gamble here. I think it's going to be good. And I don't know. I'm actually just going to up the cash bonus. Screw it. I haven't done it up to this point. I'm going to do it. We'll see. It'll probably be a mistake, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, sorry if I seem a little bit off today. Yesterday was a pretty crazy day. We had to take my wife to the ER, but don't worry, she is good. But she was having like really, really bad. She has a whole bunch of like medical issues, and her family has a pretty bad history in terms of like heart related stuff. And she was having a lot of symptoms that seemed a lot like potential heart attack type stuff. So we took her to the ER. I have gotten basically no sleep. So yeah, bear with me. I'm going to try. But like I said, she's doing really good now. So that's what's important. But yeah, if I seem a little bit off today, just know that that's why. I have very little sleep, and also like we had some scary stuff happen yesterday, so just bear with me. I'll try to do the best I can. Oh, let me show you guys. In the vault, I now am up to basically the tier 3 stuff. So this is the path I have gone with the vault upgrades in the power tree. I started off I got the bot range, I went up and got the cash boost, the coins per kill. Really the biggest thing was trying to get these enemy level skips, and then jump over here to get the super crit, ultimate weapon, and more bot range. And from there, I went ahead and jumped all the way up. We got rend armor, crit factor, attack speed, super crit, and then another set of ultimate weapon damage and bot range. So that's currently where we're at. And I think where I want to go after this is I want to go to the left here, collect this knockback chance, shockwave frequency, that's going to be huge. Death Defy is also going to be huge. And then eventually get this extra orb. This extra orb is going to be really nice. Of course, jump over after, go to bounce shot chance, and then finish these last two. So that is my initial plan for this first big initiative. After that, I will probably start trying to get some of these things, like the tier 3 unlock, the tier 2 unlock first, so that hopefully I can get like the extra coins per kill bonus, the extra damage, the extra enemy level skips if they give those. I don't actually know what all is involved with the tier 2 upgrades, because it lets you choose a few to upgrade. I don't think you can do all of them, but we'll see. Like, I don't think, for example, you can get additional bot range. I could be wrong. I know that you can't get additional orbs. Yeah, but we'll see. Maybe you can get extra orbs, actually. Excuse me, everybody. I need to take a drink. But yeah, today's bracket sucks. I'm a little bit off of my game, but we'll try my best. Oh, goodness. 07 for the misses, Spartan. All the best. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, she is doing really, really good. She has a disability called, or it's a disease, I guess, called GERD. It's GERD. And a lot of the symptoms that happen when she has those kind of spells, it's often misconstrued for heart-related stuff. So, but on the bright side, her heart stuff all came back normal, because that's the first thing they always check. If somebody comes in with like chest pain, for example, they always start with just ruling out the heart-related stuff, which is good. You know, it gives peace of mind. But anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Can't wait to get keys, even if it's years from now. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, I've been playing this game for about 2 years. So that's where I'm at. I'm getting semi-close to my 2-year anniversary. But yeah, that's what's happening. We've already set everything up, except one thing. I need to boost my shockwave size, so we'll do that. And I think we are good. I think we are all good. I am going ahead and doing the lab coin discount because it was level 50 like a week ago. But with these Dissonant Echo Labs, these are so freaking expensive. Like, this is super big for me right now. It's a similar thing. Like, I got it initially from like level 10 to level 50 when I unlocked card masteries. Because when you're at that point of unlocking card masteries, the masteries are very expensive. It's kind of interesting. Like, this lab in particular is pretty situational. But there are definitely milestones where the certain labs that you want to do, they just get super, super expensive. Hey, Spartan, do you think Poison Swamp is a good primary damage source ultimate weapon? If you want the honest answer, I would say probably not compared to some of the other stuff. Currently, what a lot of people are doing is obviously Chain Lightning is the primary damage source. Like, that's obvious, right? This is what most people will use as their primary source because it's the least overall amount of like required stones to get effective. And it just does so much damage. It synergizes with Dimension Core. It's fantastic. After that, recently, so many people have started investing in Inner Landmines, in particular, Inner Landmine Plus, because the infinite scaling is absolutely ridiculous. Poison Swamp, I think, is a lot more useful as a crowd control source. I think we'll get a lot more value from going for like max cooldown, max duration, and then working on all of these labs, right? The stun chance, the stun duration, the swamp size. But like Swamp Rend is okay. It just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. And the damage is additive. But the main pro with Poison Swamp is the crowd control. It's very, very good at crowd control. I don't think it should really be a primary damage source. That's my opinion. Some people I'm sure are making it work, but yeah, like death creep is additive. Poison Swamp damage increases by 2.2 times base damage, and that's additive. And that's on Poison Tick. So it happens while the enemies are just sitting in the Poison Swamp. It goes up, it goes up, it goes up. But it's additive, it's not multiplicative. That's my understanding, at least. So therefore, not near as good as, for example, Charge Mines, which this is also additive, right? So the damage increases by this, but it is indefinite. Indefinite. Versus the Death Creep, which is contingent on the enemies being inside of the Poison Swamp. So that's why I think Charge Mines are better overall. If you want to do that as a second, I don't know. That's my opinion. Poison Swamp Rend doesn't work with fleets or rays either. Wow, okay, I didn't even know that part. Yeah, that makes it... That's even more of a negative thing for it. But yeah, like, Chain Lightning is just bar none, in my opinion. It is the best. The bounce shots are super, super valuable. They allow you to deal with the commanders, the fleets, the overcharge, especially the freaking overcharge. And you just get so much more damage. It's ridiculous. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and start on Big Spartan and get this thing going. Do you use the attack chip? Yes, I am currently using the attack chip. I'll show you kind of what I've been working on with this. So I've got 8%. I want to take this up to 10, but 8 is fine for now. The big thing I'm trying to do at the moment is just drop the cooldown. And targets, I think I'm also going to leave this at 5 for quite a while, but I want to max out the cooldown. That's my current big initiative. And most of the bits are coming actually from my fetch chip. Some people disagree with me on this. Fetch is super, super valuable, especially if you, for example, do not buy like the event boost. It's an opportunity to get medals. They have a daily cap. So if you don't buy the event boost and you want to make sure that you get all of these daily caps every day, you'll want to put some investment into it. And I made a guide on my channel covering like what is the ideal upgrade path for the fetch chip. So feel free to go check that out if you want. It basically will give you like a 99.97% chance of finishing all of these daily caps. I personally think it's way better to just put a max out summon, so cooldown and duration. You can do the cash bonus if you want for project funding, but you don't really have to. But these two are the main stats. And then I think attack is really good. It's kind of different than conventional. Like with glass cannon, you would think scout would be better. And maybe it is, but I actually tried investing into this and I didn't really see much of a gain from it. But maybe that's because I don't really play the game on a super high range. So I don't know. Excuse me. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Anyway, we're going to try to hopefully get above rank 10, but worst case scenario, we just get rank 10, and it is what it is. In my opinion, attack chip sucks, but that's just me. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. The way I'm kind of thinking of it is like trying to implement both physical damage and also percentage health damage. Because as the scaling happens throughout the course of a run, eventually your damage eventually is not able to keep up with it. Versus percentage health damage, which it's based on the percentage of the enemy's health. So that's kind of the gamble. I don't know. It benefits people that are going 2,700 plus waves. Yeah. That's kind of the longer term play, I guess, with the attack chip. Your poison swamp out damaged your attack chip. Probably. One thing it attacked was my spot on the leaderboard. Aw, dang tags. Don't tell me that. I don't know, dude. I did want to invest into Scout, but it just seemed kind of underwhelming. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and get ready on Spartan Jr. Oh, yeah. But guys, those of you that missed... Oh, no, boys. I've been farming with my tournament card setup. Holy crap. That is an RIP. Okay, whoops. How come you don't use Orbital Augment? Depending on the battle conditions on Big Spartan, I will use Orbital Augment. But I think with this set of battle conditions, I don't really think I need it. I don't know. Like, it'll help me a little bit with the overcharge, but I think I'll get more value from having the lower range and the space displacers. I think that, I don't know. And we can test it out, but certain battle conditions are a little bit different. It just depends. That's why my econ has been sucking. Okay, that makes sense. Also, guys, we have an open spot in Towers Anonymous. Somebody left, and I don't know who it was, but somebody left. So I will put the code in here. We already have all four of the chests. So what you need to do is you need to first put in a request to join, and then put in the chat, hey, this is me. This is my name. And then whoever does both of those steps first, I will let join. But yeah, that's what's happening. I think we also have an opening in Big Spartan too. This guy's been AFK for 7 days. Absolutely not. Yeah. This guy. I'm sorry, Devastrail. You are hereby removed from the guild. So, here is Big Spartan's guild if any of you want to try to join that. Same rules apply. First, put your application in, and then say, hey, this is me. And I will let you in. But yeah, that's where we're at. And with that, guys, it is currently 1:53 p.m. Central Time. 2 minutes from now. So as soon as it says 156, yeah, 156. Sorry, 1:55 p.m. we will join in Platinum for those of you that want to join with me. So, yeah. So just be paying attention to the clock. On the bright side, though, with all of this medical stuff and like even the birth of the twins and stuff, like we have far exceeded our deductible. So we're good. We're good. Applied to Spartan Junior Guild. Okay, what is your name? I'm assuming that this is you. But technically you did need to follow the rules, but you are the only application, so welcome in. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tingies. Welcome in. When will you be going to Champs? It's realistically, it's probably going to be another like 2 months until I'm actually staying in Champs, if I had to guess. But yeah. Just be aware, if you are joining and you have not yet gotten the 750 chest, because we have already gotten it, you will not be able to. So keep that in mind if you do apply. About one more minute, then we join in Platinum. Remember, as soon as it says 155, we hit the join button. Oh crap, it just hit 155. Okay, join button. Go, go, go. All right, who do we got? We already joined a completely almost full bracket, but we got Chrysador. What up, Chrysador? We got Coffee and Bacon. Of course, we've got Rally. Rally, I'm sorry about the giveaway. I was rooting for you that whole time, dude. Let's see. Who else do we got? Is that it? We'll see. Maybe we'll get some more people that we know. But yeah, if you're not like a regular and we don't know who you are, just say, I'm here. Oh, Tag started a new bracket? No. Oh, what a bummer. What a bummer. One less person that will annihilate me. What a bummer. Going for peak waves for your duo event. No worries, no worries. Yeah, if you guys aren't participating in the server events that we've been doing, like, you're missing out. I'm just saying, we've been doing some giveaways and stuff also as a part of those. And it's supposed to be fun, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's an opportunity to sometimes win like gems, win event boosts, win stones, but also just it's a chance to interact with the community. So it's fun. So if you're not hanging out there, what are you doing? Join the Discord. Let's do it. Duo event. They gave me Bigly Tough. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Okay, who else do we got? I don't know. Antonio? Are you the Antonio? I don't know. You might be. Coffee and Bacon. I think I can beat this guy. Oh, yikes. Okay, never mind. But I think that's it. Those are all the names I remember, at least. What are those blue orbs on Spartan Jr.? Those are electrons from the orbital augment module. You can read what it says here for the unique effect, but in my opinion, I think Orbital Augment might be one of the overall best modules in the game currently. It's just really good. It's really, really good. Come at me. Okay, Coffee, okay. I will definitely try. I mean, no promises, but I will give it my best. But yeah, this is what it does. It adds at different rarities, different amounts of electrons. They orbit around your tower. Not like orbs, they don't go in a circle, but they go in kind of like a weird back and forth pattern like this, all the way around your tower. And they look really cool. They deal 15% of the remaining health damage. Quarter effective against bosses and fleets. So, I personally think this is way better overall compared to like most of the armor options available. It's super, super good. And it's good if you're EHP, it's good if you're glass cannon, and it's good if you're hybrid. It's good overall. And if a module has, like, if it fits into multiple boxes, for me at least, that means it's way higher in the ranks. Versus, like, I don't know. Let's look at, like, Sharp Fortitude, for example. Really, really good for EHP specifically. Pretty good for hybrid depending on how invested you are EHP versus damage. But does basically nothing for glass cannon. So, like, if I was doing a kind of generalized module tier list, this would actually be lower than this. Because Orbital Augment has much more utility overall. Utility is a big thing. Like, project funding, for example, S tier for tournaments. Like, really, really good across the board for tournaments specifically. Milestone pushes as well. But you're more than likely never going to farm with a project funding. So that's just an example. But yeah. Episode, I don't even remember what episode we're on. I think like 36 of Tore My Tower. My editor just sent me the completed file, so I have to review that, and then that will likely be posted probably tomorrow if I had to guess. Maybe Monday, we'll see. But yeah, we're doing good. I think you have the damage slider on. Yes, I do. I don't think it's even gonna matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter. The damage slider for me at this point doesn't really hurt me. Like, I have it at minus 20% and it's not affecting me because of how quickly the scaling is. I kind of wish that they had the damage slider. Like, I wish it was actually a slider, you know? I wish it was actually a slider versus the buttons you have to just manually click. It's kind of aggravating, but whatever. And sorry, guys, the other thing I forgot to do, I want to see my Chain Lightning. I want to see my Chrono Field. Sorry, not that. I want to see Inner Landmines, Poison Swamp, and Spotlight. I want to see all of these. This is my primary damage source. This is my secondary damage source. And Poison Swamp, Crowd Control, really, really good. Spotlight, more damage. So I want to see all of those. So I can see Poison Swamp coverage. I can see Blast Radius of Inner Landmines. I want to be able to see all of this stuff. In my brain, it somehow helps me. I don't know. It limits max Viking funeral damage. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't want that then. I mean, to be fair, it is Death Defy down, so we'll probably not have that many Death Defies anyway. But yeah. Hello, Spartan. Hope that you're having a good weekend. I consistently get 6,500 waves in Tier 1. Should I jump to Tier 2 or 3? So, if I'm being brutally honest, Blade, I would probably wait to jump until you're getting closer to like the 8,000 to 8,500 average per run. Once you get to that point, you can jump up to Tier 3. You could go ahead and do the Tier 2 milestone, like that's totally fine, but I wouldn't really recommend farming Tier 2. The coin gains versus the scaling that the enemies do is not worth it, comparatively to Tier 3. You get a way higher coin bonus in Tier 3 than you do in Tier 1 and Tier 2. But the enemy scaling is not as drastic from Tier 2 as it is to Tier 3. So, usually most people will jump immediately from Tier 1 to Tier 3 because it's just more advantageous to farm. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Like, you can still do the dissonant runs, try to get up to 5,000 there. And obviously the milestone run for all of the rewards. But yeah. I want an HP slider. An HP slider. I don't know where that would come into play. How do you farm with permanent black hole? Well, step 1 would be obtaining permanent black hole. So, factoring in with the black hole duration perk, you get 12 seconds. So, basically, you would need, what is it, 30... I think the minimum is like 30-second duration with a mythic galaxy compressor will get you to the permanent. Pretty much, like, depending on package chance, you'll get a lot of permanent activation. If you want to be safer, you can go up to, like, I think on my main account, I got up to like 32-second duration. With stones, by the way. Like, you don't really need to worry about a black hole duration substat until way later. There's better options, but like when you're trying to eventually get permanent black hole without galaxy compressor, that's when the black hole duration substat starts to take effect. So like I have one on my farming dimension core, and that gives me a flat 50 second. So 50-second duration, 50-second cooldown. Whoops. Okay, I just realized I need to take off wave skip. I forgot. Guys, I'm sorry. I told you I am off of my game right now, guys. This is not good. I am like super off of my game. But listen, okay? I've had a lot going on, okay? Also, guys, if you're enjoying the stream so far, do me a solid. Consider throwing a little like on the stream. We are at 20 likes and over 100 viewers. So do me a solid if you don't mind. Smash the like button. It actually really does help me out. I know it's like, it's a stereotypical YouTube thing to be like, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. But like, it actually does help a lot. So I really appreciate it. Why remove wave skip for the tournament? So I am removing it just until this ring from my death wave goes away, because I want this ring to be the primary thing that kills enemies until I max out my death wave health. Once the ring goes away, I can put wave skip back in, but I don't want to skip these early waves while the scaling is so low, while the enemy's health is so low, I should say. But yeah. Always forget the like button. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah. You know, YouTube's been super bugged recently. Like, it's not sending people the notifications for when I go live. So, like, I know that that's bugged. Maybe the like button is also bugged. And while you're at it, if you're not subscribed, like, do me a favor, just test out the subscribe button. It might be bugged, boys. If you want to, you can hit the join button and see if the memberships are bugged, or the super chat button, see if those are bugged. You never know. Like, YouTube's full of bugs. Oh, God, I think I'm sick. Ugh. Anyway. It's also good to remove wave skip for death wave wall to fill up. Yep. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Ellie, for the shameless plug. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, guys, I recently made a new song that I added to the playlist. It is called Shameless Plugs. So without further ado, I'm going to give my vocal cords a little bit of a break, and I'm going to play this song that I made on Suno. It's about shameless plugs, because a lot of people like poke fun at me with all of the sponsorships and stuff. And I wanted to just make a funny song about it, so... Without further ado, this is Shameless Plugs. Let me know what you guys think. This is a work in progress, by the way. This is not the finished product. This is a work in progress.
My name is Spartan. One more stream, one more tournament run. Stay this would work. Now every time I hit go live, you're already there first. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go again. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Tell a friend, call 300 one more time. Yeah, I know every time. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go again. Same name showing up in chat, same jokes getting recycled. Somebody typing code 300 before I've even said the title. Yeah, death waves S tier, everybody knows. And somehow shameless plugs became part of the show. Memberships, super chat, sponsors every now and then. Funny how the running joke never really had an end. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go again. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Tell a friend, call 300 one more time. Yeah, I know every time. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go again. Here we go again. This wasn't really the plan. Honestly, I just like making videos. Then one day,
I just like making
became
videos,
my
guys.
job.
But one day it did become my
Somehow,
job.
You're the reason why. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go.
Here we go again.
Shameless plugs, shameless plugs.
It's kind of catchy, I'm not gonna lie.
Tell a friend, call 300 one more time. Yeah, I know every time. Shameless plugs, shameless plugs. Here we go again. Thank you for the love and support.
Thank you for the love and support, guys. For real. I really do appreciate it.
What's up, guys?
Anyway,
My name is Spartan.
that is the shameless plug song. So it is a work in progress. I want to add more funny lyrics, but the only real shameless plug part was where it talks about code 300. But I want to add something in about like the sponsorships. I want to add something in about YouTube memberships. And of course, obviously, the Discord server, because that's the most shameless of all plugs. And the best part is that one's free. Is the voice of the song AI or a real artist? It is AI-generated slop. AI slop music. That is all I play on my channel because it is the only safeguard I have against bullcrap copyright claims. I've even tried using actual advertised copyright-free music to no avail. I get copyright claims, which means the video that I spent hours working on gets demonetized in the blink of an eye. So therefore, I was like, let's just do the laziest possible thing and just make AI-generated slop music. But it saves me from YouTube and their devious nature of trying to steal all of my money. But yeah. Guys, please draw your attention to the poll I made. Shameless plug song, yay or nay? So far, 15% say nah, it sucks. Then 85% say it's pretty good, I guess. But yeah, like I said, it's a work in progress. I'm gonna keep working on it, but yeah, makes sense, Spartan. It sucks that that's how it has to be. Yeah, dude, literally. Like I've tried to do the appeal process. Like some of them, I even got like, what's it called? The license for the song, like to use it. and it still got claimed. Even when I appealed to YouTube and said, hey, here's this license I have for this song, it still got freaking claimed. So that's why I was like, screw it. You know, it is what it is. Here's the thing, though, Spartan. A lot of the quote-unquote industry has also become AI slop. Yeah. I mean, I just kind of... Like, some people hate AI. I think it's definitely a useful tool. Also, before I forget, somebody asked about the workshop orbs, or sorry, the workshop orb adjuster. Oh my gosh, sorry. Somebody was asking about the extra orbs card distance and why it's a little bit higher. So I like to keep this a little bit higher than my workshop orbs, and the reason I have it here is strictly for the coverage. If I wait until they're right next to each other, well, you can kind of see here, but this slightly overlaps this, but basically it just gives me a little bit more coverage, a little bit more. This is what I also do for farming so that I get as much orb coverage as possible. But yeah, it really just comes down to coverage. That's what it is. Also, not like there's any artists making songs about the tower. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you could hire somebody to make a song without AI. Yeah, but dude, so like I have hired freelancers in the past to try different things. A lot of freelancers just use AI. So like when I was starting my Twitch, I hired basically like a graphic artist to basically brand my Twitch and help me make all of the stuff for that. And I ran it through because I'm not an idiot, right? Because they even said in their advertisement, they were like, we make authentic, real artwork. We don't do AI. But naturally, I don't take people's word for it because I have trust issues. So I ran it through ChatGPT and I was like, hey, can you please check this for AI watermarks? And yeah, it did not pass the AI check. So even some of the quote-unquote freelancers that are quote-unquote legitimate, they still just use AI anyway. But yeah. Before I forget, Spartan about to get demonetized for quoting Corey Taylor. Oh, man. But as far as I'm aware, AI is relatively safe to use on YouTube as long as you're not like entirely like if you're using I don't know, if your entire channel is strictly AI, like it's not even a real human's voice, those channels often get fully demonetized because it's just AI slop, right? If scripts are entirely written with AI, it can get demonetized because funny enough, scripts also have little watermarks in them. So the more you guys know. Also, we did get a lucky Deathify there. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, I know some people like my profile picture, for example, the original one here, I'll put it in the chat, but this one I actually made on Photoshop like when I was like 15 or something like that. Wait, did it go away? Where did it go? There it is. But yeah, I made the OG Spartan logo in Photoshop when I was like, I don't know, 15 or 16. I used to be big into graphic design. But my more recent one is AI generated. I do think this whole conversation is going to force some tough policy conversations around fair use. Yeah. So what I suspect that they'll probably do is they'll do kind of the same thing that like Suno did, which Suno AI is what like me and Tags use for the music. And what Suno did was they basically said, hey, if you want to use this commercially, you have to purchase the plan. And part of the plan is any song that you create, you have the basically rights to, quote unquote. So versus if like you have the free version of Suno, and I've seen this happen. I played a free song on Suno and the video got claimed. I don't even know the company that claimed it, but it did get claimed. Even though that was still technically AI slop music, it got claimed because it was not purchased with it was not created with the Suno plan, so therefore the rights were reserved for Suno. So, yeah. It's just like, it's really aggravating, all of the copyright crap. What I need is a dedicated music artist to just make me music and say, hey, you can use this music and I'm not going to claim it, I promise. But with my luck, I would do that and still somehow get a copyright claim. That's just the way this stuff works. Anyway. Yo, Iron Warrior Forever. I've been using creator code 300 since the start of my tower career. You were the first YouTuber that I came across. Let's go. W. Guys, he found me before he found Kosh. So we saved another one, boys. We saved another one. Anyway, that's awesome. Thank you very much for the support. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys want to support the channel and you already buy packs for the game anyway, but maybe let's say you don't want to get a YouTube membership, you don't want to drop a super chat, whatever, you can actually support me directly through playing the tower and buying stuff anyway through my content creator code, code 300. Oh, let's go. Let's go. TKP tested the super chat button. Oh, why did it not work? Hello, Stream Elements? Why did it not work? Super chat button is not bugged. Okay, here, let me read it in the AI voice that's supposed to happen. TKP 570 donated $2. Super chat button is not bugged. In parentheses, but Stream Elements clearly is bugged, so I'll have to look into that real quick. But, you know, maybe once I do some looking into Stream Elements, you know, maybe we can have somebody else test just to be sure, you know, not getting greedy, just to be sure. But yeah, let me quickly see why that didn't work. Activity feed. Yeah, why did that not go? Replay activity. Is it gonna work that time?
At TKP 570 super chatted $2. Super chat button is not bugged.
Okay, boys, I fixed it. I did fix it, but, you know, we can't be too careful, right? Maybe we need somebody else to test it just to make sure it's actually working. Just to be safe, right? Just to be safe. Never mind, it is bugged. Thank you, TKP. I appreciate the dono. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why Stream Elements occasionally is just it. I don't know if it falls asleep. Maybe I'm not entertaining enough for Stream Elements to stay awake. But every once in a while, it will do this and just like screw somebody out of their super chat. But lucky for me, I figured out how to replay it's called activities basically. So like if somebody gets a membership or if somebody gets a super chat and it's supposed to do a TTS, text to speech, I now have the ability to replay that. So it's kind of cool. Yo! What the heck?
At TKP 570 just gifted 5 memberships.
Wow. Okay, WTKP.
TKP gifted at Azurema membership.
Boys, let's get some W's in the chat for TKP. Holy.
TKP gifted at Hopper 6700 a membership. TKP gifted at Spencer's Ticker a membership. TKP gifted at Yankopan 4535 a membership.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much.
TKP gifted at Cleetoon Machado a membership.
Wow, dude, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, TKP. Okay, so did anybody get a membership in the chat right now? Oh, Azur. Azur did. Yo, let's go. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you so much. And happy birthday. I don't know which day, but I know it's this month. Okay, I'll just spoil it. It has not been my birthday yet. But it is coming. It is coming very, very soon. Yeah, I'm turning 27 years old. I'm basically having a midlife crisis. Wow. Thank you, dude. Thank you for real. That was awesome. So let me show Azur really quickly. I don't know if you've ever been a member before, Azur, but what I need you to do, because immediately after this stream, I am doing the members only giveaway for this month. So go to the Discord. If you're not already here, you can hit the link in the description, or maybe somebody can post it in the chat, !Discord. But scroll down until you see the welcome channel right here. Go to the, wait, where is it? Oh, sorry. YouTube member how to right here. Follow these 4 steps. Basically, it just connects your YouTube account to your Discord account. And be sure when you do it to set up the YouTube account to be the one that you got the membership through. Otherwise, this will not work. Once you do that, you'll scroll way down to the bottom where it says YouTube members down here. You'll be given access to the 300 chat. This is where, you know, I hang out with you guys. I talk to you guys. I showed the members the shameless plug song before I showed anybody else. So I guess another shameless plug for memberships, but you'll go to the pinned messages up here and you can find the, these are all old, but yeah. Oh, I forgot to pin it. Whoops. But yeah. Let me pin this real quick. But yeah, you'll find the June giveaway link here. So yeah, that is how you can do it. And it's not too late. Signups are still available. So anybody who gets a membership right now, basically from now until when I actually do the stream right after this, like, you guys will still be able to apply. Pin message. There we go. Pin it. But yeah. Thank you, TKP. I really appreciate it, dude. Hey, I'm only 2 years younger. I'm 43 and no midlife crisis so far. Very good, very good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the army kind of aged me by at least 10 years. I'm almost 27 and I already have like some gray hair coming in. It's kind of scary. Anyway. If you are younger than 30, you are not old. Well, tell that to my hurting body. Oh boy. Anyway. Do we still have we still have second wind. We can stay on 5 times speed for a little bit. Yo, 115 viewers. What's up, everybody? If you're just now joining the stream, put something in the chat. Say, yo, I just got here. Or, you know, say something so I can say, what's up? But welcome in, welcome in. Yo! Cats Kitsu.
That Cats Kitsu joined the 300.
Thank you. Welcome back. We missed you, but welcome back. I'm assuming that you saw what I said. Well, you've been a member before, so you already know how this works. But yeah. It's not too late. Go to the 300 chat and fill out the giveaway form if you want to be entered. We're doing 5 event boosts and 1 stone pack, and we're going to do it elimination style. It's going to be a funny stream. Just maybe I should just make it public for everybody so that everybody can see kind of behind the scenes. I don't know. I've done that in the past. What do you guys think? Is there a way I could do like a members only poll? I don't think there is a way for me to do a members-only poll. Gosh dang it. Okay, whatever. I have 20 years on you? Oh, boy. Guys, the tower has so many different people inside of the community. Like, the oldest person I've spoken to that plays the tower is literally, like, retirement age in the United States. Like, 65 years old. That is the oldest person I've talked to in the community. And on the other end, I have talked to people as young as literally like 10 years old. There was a 10-year-old in our Discord. He doesn't show up anymore, but he was there. He was there. Oh yeah, that's a good point, MT. I can do that. Let's create a poll in the 300 chat. Okay. So now I need to ping the YouTube members. Please vote in the above poll. All right, there we go. We'll let that simmer for a little bit. We'll let that simmer. 92 years old? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bro, World War II veteran grandpa is not playing the tower. I'm sorry. If they are, though, get them in the Discord. That's all I'm saying. Get them in the Discord. Okay, we just lost demon mode. That's not good. I still feel like minimum range is just not it. I don't know. I really wanted minimum range to work, but I don't think it's it. We will try another run after this and go back to like normal range. We'll just bring it up a little bit. So it looks like most of the votes, there's 9 total, and most want it to be members only. Okay. But we'll let it sit there for a little bit. Yo, Bonzo, what's up, dude? Shout out to Bonzo's Tower, another YouTube dude. YouTube dude, I don't know. Maybe I should be more professional. That's fine. So we have maxed our Death Wave health, which means we can now afford to put our Wave Skip card back in. And we can also put the EHP cards in. So there we go. Don't want to forget that. And most importantly, we can turn Chain Lightning back on. Good luck on your tournament. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to freaking need it. Look at this bracket, dude. Look at this bracket. Let me pause the game so we don't die. Bro, look at this bracket. I have almost 2,000 waves and I'm at rank 11. I'm going to get 4 keys, bro. I'm going to get 4 freaking keys. Look at this. Bonzo, I need sympathy. This is the worst bracket I think I've ever had. This is absolutely terrible. And the worst part is I don't even remember what time I joined, so I can't like try to avoid that time. But yeah, this is absolutely terrible. Anyway, that's where we're at. It's not a good time. Not a good time. I think minimum range is not good. I also think I need orbital augment back in. If I want to slowly transition towards hybrid, which lab should I start with? My enhancements health is at 66, wall health is 66, and regen is at 71. So your EHP baseline is in a really good spot. So in terms of your current setup, I wouldn't change any of that around. what I would do is I would start implementing damage. So the first 3 primary labs are going to be damage, crit factor, and attack speed. Those are going to be your first big 3. My personal opinion, at a minimum, I would try to get attack speed up to probably 75 or 80. That will translate to more chain lightning procs, more knockbacks, more bounce shots, all of this stuff. That's a really good kind of first step. What I personally did on my main account was I sort of just bounced back and forth. So I left attack speed in until it was completely gold boxed because I saw the value. So I did that. And yeah, in terms of damage and crit factor, personally, what I did was I brought them up basically in increments of 5 levels. So crit factor 5, damage 5, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until eventually both of those are also maxed. That's probably what I would suggest overall. There are some other labs like your Chain Lightning Shock, for example. If your Shock Chance lab is not very developed, you'll probably want to get that up to around level 20 at a good baseline. Or is it 15 or 20? I can't remember. I think it's 20. But yeah, get it up to there. You'll be in good shape. And then keep your current enhancements that you have developed into EHP. Don't get rid of those and start translating to damage. Rather, just start building on it. So keep the EHP stuff that you've currently done so far, but start working in damage. Try to keep your crit factor roughly 10 levels above your damage and your super crit. If you have Spotlight Plus, you'll also want some damage per meter as well. But yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents on the matter. But yeah, MT, it sounds like your EHP stuff is in a really good spot, so I don't think you really need to go much farther into that. If you wanted to, I guess you could like finish out wall health. Like, that's fine. But oh, he's saying his enhancements. Oh my gosh, I thought he was talking about labs. Okay, I'm stupid. Never mind. Yeah, okay, I'm very stupid. I'm sorry. I'm farming tier 11 to 8,400 waves. Yeah. So this will be about, depending on like stone packs and stuff like that, this could be roughly a 2-month kind of venture as you transition, or as you are transitioning, building into hybrid. But I suspect probably close to the end of that time, you'll be in tier 13 if you play it all correctly. And obviously, if you ever have any questions or anything, like feel free to reach out in the Discord. You can also create a tower advice thread. I know I plug that all the time, but it's a really good source. It's a really good source. Like, I go in there and I create threads when I need help with stuff. So, like, I don't have any masteries and only 7 ultimate weapons. Yeah. So, first mastery, I would probably either do Wave Excel if you are not able to fully fund lab masteries yet, or mastery labs. If you are, I'd probably, personally, this is my opinion, you guys already know it, but I would go recovery package chance first if you can fully fund the lab. In terms of econ masteries, definitely Wave Excel is going to be a good first pick. I think there's an argument now for maybe getting intro sprint a lot quicker as well, just for the run efficiency. But the 2 big ones are going to be Wave Excel and Intro Sprint. That will kind of make farming tier 13 with less waves a lot more profitable once you finish both of them. Until you finish both of those labs, it's not going to be near as good. Oh my god, we died. We died 2,000 waves and we're rank 11. This is literally the worst bracket I have ever had. How am I supposed to keep the spirits high when I get brackets like this? Come on, Tech Tree. You're supposed to know that you're supposed to put me in easy brackets so I can get rank 1 because it's content, and content's much more enjoyable when the creator is happy. And right now, I'm freaking pissed. Okay, anyway, let's do something different here. Let's remove the free upgrade card. Let's just put health regen in, whatever, who cares? Let's just take out that and put this in. So we'll go primary OA, We'll put ACP assist. And I think we'll leave everything else as is. I think. And we'll go for it. I finished Deathwave cooldown today. Let's freaking go. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. Some of us dream of getting 4 keys. Yeah, you're right. This is kind of like a first world problems sort of situation. I should not be complaining. I should be grateful. But holy crap, man. It's hard not to complain when, like, you're consistently getting, you know, way higher than that. And I'm currently sitting at rank 11. Bro, we can at least beat this guy. I beat this guy before. I have beat this guy before, so we can do it. Oh my god, bro, this bracket. This bracket is terrible. Anyway. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. I don't know. Do we take out summon? I think we just leave it. It'll be fine. Let's go. 10 gems down the drain. Forget about it. Who cares? Hey, Spartan. Sorry I was MIA in Junior's clan. I went to a wedding over in Cyprus. I thought I left a message so I didn't get removed, but got back and no guild. Oh, no. Did you leave a message? In the Discord or the guild? Well, don't worry. We can get you back in. We can get you back in, Riker. Let's see. Is there anybody I can kick? Ah, crap. Oh, no. I feel so bad. I thought you quit the game, Riker. I thought that you quit the game. He probably shot me a DM and I just forgot about it. I'm just going to be honest. That's probably what happened. Oh, crap. Don't do that. I almost closed out of my Moo app player. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Riker. Oh, dude. RIP. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I don't know if Tingies is still here. Tingies, are you willing to take one for the team and let us pick Riker back up? He's an OG. He was one of the first people in the guild. If you're not okay with it, it's fine. I'll wait till somebody else is AFK or doesn't contribute. But if you want Riker, I can do one better for you. We have an opening in This is Sparta, like the guild that I'm in. Like my main account, if you want to join this one instead. If you would rather be in this one, Riker, here, I will give you the link or the code. Just going to throw that out there and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dang, dude, I feel bad. I feel bad now. We got to get Riker in here. He's an OG. He's been joining with us in tournaments and everything. I'll join up. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, just leave a chat, Riker, whenever you send the application, and I'll accept it. I'm sorry, dude. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Hey, just know it's not personal. I treat everybody equally. 7 days inactive, to me, translates to quit playing the tower. And if you... Oh, man. I would feel so bad if he was like, yeah, I sent you a DM on Discord and I just forgot about it. Ugh. All right. So I don't have near as much Poison Swamp coverage, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. I'm going to try to finish your project today. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to need instructions on how I can send it to you, maybe by next week. Yeah. Definitely. So because I don't necessarily want to give out my address, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get a PO box, because that's like a very YouTuber thing to do. So I'm going to get a PO box, and like I'll put it in the description of my videos and stuff whenever I get it, so that if people want to send me stuff, they can. Only just got back. I couldn't get on my LD Cloud for some reason. Aw, dang. Rip. Yeah, for those of you that don't know TKP, the GOAT, the BB gun fund guy, he's been working on a 3D print project of like my little Spartan dude. And in the Discord server, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom and you go to the art channel, you can see the progress on it. It looks so cool. Whoops. All right, Riker, welcome in. Let me just make sure. There he is. Perfect. All right. All has been mended. There we go. Oh, man. Missed 4 tournaments while over there. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sucks. My damage and crit factor are only level 35 and attack speed is 50. Yeah. How is your Chain Lightning developed, MT? Is Chain Lightning like semi-decent? I still think the safest thing you can do is just not fully respec. Well, no. To Coffee and Bacon's point, you can try it, but when you do, like, be sure to take pictures or screenshots or whatever you got to do of your current layout, so that way, if it doesn't meet your expectations, you can go back to it and not forget where you were at. But yeah. If you don't want to go full on glass cannon, you could also try like a 70% damage, 30% EHP, or, you know, flip those on its head while you're building up your damage stuff. So like 70% EHP, 30% damage. I do think the true 50-50 is not really optimal, because then you don't have any strengths, right? Your primary strength, you don't have one, because everything's basically equally allocated, which sounds good on paper, but in practice, it's generally not going to be advisable. ETA on that chocolate chip cookie recipe? I mean, I'll have to wait till my wife starts her baking channel, then, yeah, I'll shamelessly plug that too for you guys. That is fine. I'll let you know exactly when I'm done. Roger that, TKP. Yeah, dude, I'm super excited. It's going to be so cool. I'm going to put it on my desk. I'm going to take a picture of it. Bro, the eyes glow. You know how my little Spartan dude, he has like glowing yellow eyes? TKP, he made it, or he generated, I don't even know the terminology for 3D printing. I'm a complete noob to this. But he made it in such a way where you can put a very low heat light bulb in it, like inside of the helmet. And the freaking eyes glow, bro. They glow. It's so freaking cool. Oh my god. Anyway. It is super, super cool. Spartan, do you have any wall orb devo tips? I know I started too high, going straight to tier 9, but are there any other aspects possibly holding me back? Ooh, okay. So here's my honest opinion. I think Orb Devo's kind of been phased out. I really do. I think it's been phased out of the meta because of dissonant runs. I think it now, because of the dissonant boosts, it now is way more profitable to just farm a higher tier with a higher dissonant boost than it is with tournaments. Or sorry, than it is with doing a lower tier as Orb Devo. So let me kind of just paint the picture on this real quick. So previously, prior to B28, Orb Devo was completely viable. You would do a lower tier, you would get a lot more coins, but there are some pretty big issues overall that I have with Orb Devo. Orb Devo really just fixates on coins. The big plan is like, the big selling point is just you get so many more coins. But the things that you sacrifice to get those coins is not worth it in today's world. So I'll give you a really good example. What I used to do on my main account was I would respec twice for tournaments. When I was in Champions, I would respec twice. I would respec out of all of my Orb Devo stuff and go into just a really, really solid Blender build for the tournament. And then I would respec after the tournament to go back to my Orb Devo setup. So if you do the math on that, that's 600 gems per week. Per week. That's not very good. Especially because they recently added these new relics, right? The relics you can buy with gems. So what happens if you don't respec is you just, you start the run with your Orb Devo setup, you immediately start upgrading your free upgrade stuff. But even by doing so, you're sacrificing so much tournament performance. If you're buying stone packs, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But it's just, there's way too many red flags with the build. I think it's much better just to run Blender. That's my opinion. If you want, there is a compromise that I think is still decently viable. I posted a guide on my channel called Devoed Blender. The intention behind the build is basically to kind of encompass the pros of both. So higher coin gains, lower overall hits with your tournament performance. So that's a kind of middle ground build that you could look into. But yeah, it combines the pros of both builds. Blender being AFK friendly, just being overall better for like milestone pushes, tournaments, etc. But yeah, my biggest gripe with Orb Devo is it fixates on coins, but there are a lot of other currencies that are important, like stones and tournaments. And now, honestly, gems are now really important. They are. It is called Devoed Blender. It's a video on my channel. Maybe somebody can go to my guides playlist and find it and link it. But anyway, it should be in my tower guides playlist on my channel. But that's the build that I did for basically until I got to the point of running glass cannon. I mean, it's okay. Like, some people, they live and die by Devo. I think they mostly die by Devo. It's just, like, when you drop, a lot of people, when they do Orb Devo, they could be potentially farming 2 tiers higher with the Blender build. So what they're sacrificing for potential higher coins is they're sacrificing cells, they're sacrificing reroll dice, they're sacrificing module shards, and most importantly, they're sacrificing gems and stones for tournaments. I think it used to be a lot more viable, but I do think nowadays it's not. That's my opinion. Spartan! I was trying to transition to glass cannon, but after several attempts, I still survive with my wall. The feeling I have is that I'm not ready for glass cannon yet and should focus on EHP. Any thoughts? So if you still want to go into glass cannon, you can kind of do the same thing I was telling MT Fresh. So keep your current EHP baseline, keep all of those stats, start working on your damage. Start with the labs, start working on when you have excess coins, put them into your damage enhancements, start developing your chain lightning, your spotlight. The bonus is very important as well. Just start working on your damage stuff. Do that for a couple of months, potentially less if you're, wailing out and buying stone packs, and then try again. That's kind of my advice. Dang, no more cheat code for coins, I guess. Well, there still is a cheat code, and I think that the new cheat code that is better is just dissonant runs. Like mastering the dissonant runs, trying to get your farming tier bonus as high as possible. I think that's the new cheat code. I really do. And it's going to be much easier to kind of capitalize on that running the Blender build or, an equivalent build where you're not... Because the biggest issue and the reason people have to drop tiers when they do Orb Devo comes down to the enemy level skips. Because you Devo your free upgrades, which means you have to save up the cash to buy all of these, which these are freaking expensive. And enemy level skips are so important. But yeah, that is the reason that people have to drop tiers usually, and also why tournament performance struggles. Even with the change that they did, adding the skip reduction stuff, man. Anyway, yeah. So like people have asked me about making an updated Orb Devo guide. I'll be brutally honest. I don't know if I'm going to do it just because I don't really think it's a good build anymore. Like it would be good for the sake of, giving something for the people that are diehard Devo dudes. But what I would fear is I would steer people kind of in the wrong direction and they would be like, oh, I'm going to try this. And then it would basically screw over their account. Respond to my last message or I'm becoming a main. Oh boy. Okay. What's more important for chain lightning? Chance above 14 or gold boxing quantity? Probably, both are important, but you can get a lot of quantity from substats. You can get chance from substats too, but I think overall chance is going to be more of a consistency play versus quantity. Which I think generally consistency is better than, potentially higher reward, but less frequently. It's the reason I use Astral Deliverance in tournaments usually versus Death Penalty, because Death Penalty can be good, but then I'm relying on RNG and I'm relying on chance versus, maybe less overall performance, but it's consistent. I know what to expect, etc. That's kind of my opinion on it. Sparks. Maybe a video on why not that build. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Hold on. I have a Google... Yo, what the heck? Why is Stream Elements bugged? Okay, hold on. Nova, I got you. I got you, dude. Also, thank you. I don't know why Stream Elements is bugged right now. Let me fix this. Oh, my YouTube connection has expired. Okay, hold on. I got you guys. 1 second. It's kind of stupid. I didn't even know that they did expire. Can I not replay the activity? Is it really not going to let me replay the activity? Okay, whatever. I'll just do it. I'll do it a cappella style. Nova Sky has donated $5. How's the tourney going, bro? Good luck. Oh boy. You had to hit me below the belt. Yeah, so this bracket is the worst Legends bracket I have ever had in my entire life of playing this game in Legends League. It is terrible. So I'll just show you the bracket and you can cry with me later in Discord. But everybody top 10, basically top 10 and above, have basically 2,100 waves or more. And I'm currently sitting at rank 11 with 2,006 waves. So yeah, this is a very top heavy bracket, which is fine for some of these smaller guys that are just trying to like stay in Legends. Well, even staying in, you need almost 600 waves. This is rough, man. This is really, really rough. But yeah, I am probably, best case scenario, going to get rank 10, maybe rank 11, or sorry, maybe rank 9. But worst case scenario, we're going to stay at rank 11. Time to buy 5 more stone packs, I guess. I know, right? I don't even know if that would save me. Let's see. The update can be letting people know that it's outdated. Yeah. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Because I wouldn't necessarily need to do a full-on guide. Although, because most of the basic principles in terms of like how the build works, what's important to do, what's important to not do, a lot of that is still valid. The stuff, to my knowledge, now granted, I haven't watched this video in probably a year, but my understanding is the only real changes that would impact the physical guide itself would be like the module selection, because of how, like, we've had several new modules introduced to the game that are really important that were not in the game back then. So like Orbital Augment is a great example. Also, Primordial Collapse, another really good example. But outside of that, I can't really think of... I mean, the only other thing that would be important is to, like, do a part where I talk about the dissonant runs. But yeah, I think it would be due to make a kind of updated video just trashing on Orb Devo and saying my opinion on it. And it would be coming from a person who spent about 6 or 7 months straight just doing Orb Devo. So, like, it's not like I'm just a hater, right? I'm not just a Blender elitist. I mean, I guess I am now, but I at least did Orb Devo for over half of a year. So I've put the reps in, okay? Yeah. We'll add that to my video idea section. I have a Google Docs thing where I have like a bunch of video ideas for stuff I want to do in the future. Maybe buy gems and max all of the damage labs. Well, that's the issue. All of my damage labs are already maxed. Except for like Super Crit. Super Crit's the only one that's not fully done, I guess. But like damage per meter is finished. Attack speed's finished. Crit factor and damage are both finished. All of my like primary damage labs are completely done. I flinched when you said 6-7. Don't even get me started with that. That is the stupidest thing in the entire universe. Like, sure, call me a boomer, whatever, I don't care. I'm 26 years old, almost 27, but I technically fall under the umbrella term of Gen Z, but good Lord Almighty, my generation is cooked, as the kids would say. We have completely lost touch with reality. We no longer... There's no originality. Everything's already been done. So we're having to resort to just like making things up. Like 6-7 doesn't even mean anything. It literally means nothing, and that's part of why it's a meme, is because it means nothing. And it's like basically just making fun of the people that don't understand it and are like, what is this? That's the whole thing. It's so stupid. Driving, and that activated the Google Assistant. Oh boy. The Sinatra cover. I was waiting for it. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, MT Fresh. Instead of 89, let's do 589. XRP. Anybody? 589 XRP. Yeah, XRP is kind of tanking. It's tanking right now. The major corporations, they're manipulating the price action to basically scare the little guy, to scare all of us who have, you know, maybe a few $1,000s invested. They're trying to scare all of us into selling before it blows back up. That's the way that this works. Price manipulation, it's a very real thing with the stock market. But that's why you just dollar cost average. You buy a little bit every month, and then whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. You got skin in the game, and it's money that you wouldn't ordinarily like need, right? Like you're not putting your freaking emergency fund into the stock market. You're putting a little bit of money in, and you don't care if it goes down, you don't care if it goes up, because you're a long-term investor looking at the future. Anyway, I thought 67, Jesus. I thought 6-7 was Gen Alpha. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is Gen Alpha. That's a generation after Gen Z, right? Not me. I did it Spartan's way. I've known. Yeah, coffee and bacon, you make a really good point. I have done so many tests on my account, whether it's module selection, trying cards, trying different builds, trying different enhancement setups. I have done so much testing. And I think that overall, that is what has kind of helped me figure out ultimately what works the best for my account. And what works the best for me will not work for you, or vice versa. And it goes back and forth, right? Everybody's tower is a little bit different. So I encourage everybody to do testing. And it's become much easier to like see the results of tests nowadays, because before, this used to not even be a thing. Like, we didn't have battle histories, so we couldn't test different things, right? Unless we used external, resources, like Project Rend, for example. Which I still like Project Rend because it gives you a lot more detailed breakdown versus just the stats page. But you copy it, you input it to Project Rend, and then it gives you graphs, it gives you pretty little charts, and it tells you all of this information. But there's also like a notes section. So like, let's say this run here, I was using Primordial Collapse. Let's say this run here, I was using Ohm Chip. But it allows you to like test those side by side, and you put notes next to the entries. So you can basically see, I don't know, it's just helpful. But yeah, sorry, I'm not going to ramble anymore about it, but definitely testing is a part of this game. Trial and error, figuring out what works for you that maybe works different for other people. The Zoomers, yeah. It is kind of interesting. So like, a lot of Gen Z has actually kind of turned around, because like most of like the boomers, right, or what is it, Gen X or whatever, like most of them are like super conservative. And then predominantly a lot of millennials kind of flipped the other way. And then Gen Z is kind of interesting. They're like flipping back around to like more conservative, like traditional kind of values. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And then there's no telling what like the future generations are going to be like, but kind of interesting. Like, the older I get, the more I pay attention to this kind of stuff, and I find it pretty interesting. After speaking with Tags last week, he encouraged me to try Glass Cannon since his baby account keeps up with us in Platt. Is Tags' baby account doing Glass Cannon? I'm not gonna lie, I have not stayed in touch with what Tags is doing. Do we have any information about when the next feature banner will show up? No. And generally, we don't ever know until it shows up. Like, it'll just show up out of nowhere, and if you had gems saved up, good for you. If you didn't, better luck next time. But yeah, generally, they don't tell us when the feature banners are going to show up until at least a few days in advance. And, like, it sounds annoying, but it's a strategy play, right? They're trying to encourage people to buy gem packs. It's a business decision, I guess. It causes frustration, but it definitely does work. Like, people buy a ton of gem packs when they show up. Tags baby is fully into Chain Lightning. It's working pretty well, to be honest. Wow, okay. Interesting. Zoomers has a triple meaning. Playing on boomers, Gen Z, and also Zoom calls during COVID. Yeah. It's just like there's an entire generation that has been raised at this point on technology. Like, it's really interesting. That's one thing, like, my wife and I, we feel really strong about with our children. We don't want to be the parents that just put an iPad in front of our kids. But admittedly, it's so tempting to sometimes. Oh my God. It's like you're melting down, you're freaking out, and instead of just waiting it out and being a good patient parent, it's so easy to just be like, here, watch this show. Here, watch this iPad, whatever freaking bullcrap bluey game that my wife downloaded. It's so easy to do, and that's why more and more parents are resorting to that, but I feel like that's going to create even more problems overall, because, like, Gen Z already has a terrible reputation for just having zero attention span. Like, it's the whole TikTok brain thing, right? Like, if something doesn't entice me in less than 10 seconds, I'm already moved on to the next thing. Now, for me, it's a little bit different. I have a diagnosed physical disability or mental disability, ADHD, so focusing is hard for me in general. But, like, there's an entire generation that is getting raised on that, and that is scary. This whole thing schools have to deal with 13-year-olds with cell phones. Yeah, like when I was in freaking high school, like, iPhones were kind of, you know, they were basically getting mainstream at that point. But, like, when I was in freaking elementary school, nobody had phones. Like, elementary school, junior high school, even the first couple of years of high school, like, people didn't have smartphones. But nowadays, there's like freaking third graders with iPhones. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. My kids grew up with 1 to 2 hours per week of any screen time. They are teens now and pretty much don't care about it. Yeah. But I can already see, because I've lived with it, even with, like, our oldest, she's not even 3 years old, and we have already dealt with the temptation to just, like, put a screen in front of her face. When Crazy Twos is having a freaking crazy spell, it is so tempting to just be like, here, whatever, just stop screaming, please, for the love of God. But ultimately, it's kind of a selfish play, in my opinion. It's for the parent. It's not for the good of the child. That might be controversial, but that's my 2 cents. It's so rewarding not to have an iPad child. My little one loves her toys and trips to the park and going out and being outside. Takes me back to my childhood. Yeah, exactly. When I was a kid, my mom, she took me to the park like almost every single day. My parents were they were in a good situation where my mom was able to, like, we weren't well off by any means. Like, you know, my dad was an accountant. He was making decent money, like enough to make it where my wife or my mom didn't need to work. Which that allowed her to basically raise us. And, you know, it was really good. It sucks that nowadays, like, my brother, he just got married this past year. And when they have kids, like, just because of how ridiculous the economy is right now, both of them are going to have to work. They're just going to have to, literally to exist, to live, like for the bare minimum stuff. I am very fortunate and blessed with like the YouTube stuff. I did not ever think this would turn into what it is. And I'm so grateful because it has allowed me to tell my wife, hey, you don't need to work. Like, if you want to, sure, but you don't have to. Because my wife's biggest dream, and she told me this literally like a few months into us meeting, we weren't even engaged or anything, but, you know, I think it's important early on when you're in a relationship to talk about these things, like the bigger picture. Hey, if this ever turns into something, like, how do you want to, like, parent? How do you want to do all this stuff, you know? But yeah, my wife's dream since I have known her was to be basically a stay-at-home mom. And because of you guys, because of like the Creator Code 300, the donations, the memberships, you guys have allowed me to do that. And it still blows my mind to this day. Like, still to this day, it feels too good to be true. And I'm fully aware, like, it could go away at any point, but for while it's here, I am enjoying it. I am grateful for it, and I am certainly not taking it for granted. I was in college when the pager was a new thing. Yeah. Second date. My dream is to live in a custom gold house on top of a mountain. Yes. You can argue that sometimes what's good for the parents' end ends up being for the good of the child. Yeah. But yeah, like I mean, when I was a kid, we had like, I think the very first like video game console I ever had that my parents got us was like the Nintendo GameCube. And we had a very similar thing. Like, we could basically have an hour a day, I think, of like screen time. I don't know. I could be making that up. Maybe it was more, maybe it was less. I can't remember. But yeah, like we were not like the kids today. We're literally like, my wife and I, we've gone over to like some of her friends' houses who have older kids, not like super old, but, you know, a few years older than our kids. And they're just plugged in. Like, all three of them just have an iPad in front of their face. I had a pager in college. It was clear plastic. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could relate with you guys, but pagers are before my time. My first phone that I got when I was 14 or 15, maybe even 16, I can't remember, but my first phone was a Motorola Razr, like the flip phone, you know? It like actually, you like flip it open, and then you can text with it, but you have to like click the button like 3 times to get to like an exclamation mark. But yeah. I don't think I had an iPhone until like my junior, maybe even senior year of high school. I can't remember. But yeah. technology is like, it's awesome. It's really good. It helps so much, like, but I feel like it's a double-edged sword, right? Like, there's good with it. There's also certainly negatives about it as well. My daughter and my niece are similar ages. You can tell the difference in parenting styles between different generations. Me, millennial, and my sister, Gen Z. Yeah. Razr was my first phone too. Let's go, dude. So I had that. That was my first phone. Then after that, my second phone that I got a few years later, my parents got it for me. It was a Samsung, like, slider phone. Like, instead of flipping like the Razr used to, it would be like, you know, you hold it kind of like you're holding like a what are those called? I don't know, like a handheld friggin' like a Nintendo DS or something. And you slide it with your thumbs. You slide it open, and then you have access to the keyboard. That was the second kind of phone I had. I'm pretty sure it was a Samsung. Maybe it was a BlackBerry. I can't remember. But anyway, I had that. And then I think when I was like 18, I got my first iPhone. I can't remember. But yeah, it's like, it already freaks me out. Like, my wife recently bought our 2-year-old it's a like basically kids iPad is the best way I can think about it. And it has a lot of educational apps and stuff built into it, because she got it for the purpose of like homeschooling, because she wants to homeschool our children because she doesn't have to work. But I don't know. Like, I've even seen my daughter, like, whenever my wife's like, okay, it's time to be done. We're going to be done for now. My freaking daughter, she, like, goes psycho mode. But then, of course, daddy, big bad daddy comes in and he's like, no, we're done. Put it up on a high shelf. She freaks out. Take her to her room. Tell her, hey, we're done. You got to chill out. And yeah, she sits there and screams for about 4.5 minutes, and then she's fine. But that's where you just have to be patient as a parent. Like, you don't just jump to, oh my God, my baby's crying. You have to parent, you know? You can't just give them everything that they want. Otherwise, they're going to grow up and expect that in real life. But that's not how real life works. I want $1 million right now. Somebody donate me $1 million. Otherwise, I'm going to have a 27-year-old breakdown. It's like, no, that's not how the real world works. You don't get everything you want. So, like, trying to teach my daughter that, like, you know, you have to work for stuff. If you want to watch Bluey, you need to pick up your frickin' toys. Which, by the way, Bluey is a really good show. Bluey is, like, I can sit as an adult and watch Bluey and, you know, I can get stuff out of it. It's a really good show. Making mixtapes from songs on the radio. Oh yeah, I'm the strict parent. But yeah, one thing I am very glad about is early on when my wife and I first met, we were both very diligent about wanting to make sure we were on the same page with at least like the bigger ticket stuff, religion, politics, parenting, all of those, you know, the big things, right? Finances. We made sure very early on that we were on the same page with a lot of those things. Like, I don't care if there are small disagreements. Maybe my wife thinks hiking is cool and I have zero interest in hiking. I'd rather just go to like the gym that has air conditioning. Maybe that's the case, whatever, who knows. But like, that's a small ticket item. You know, there's not going to be a divorce over that. But like bigger, more impressing, important macro level things. Yeah, you should definitely talk with your partner, your significant other before you get married. Oh my God. This bracket is so bad, bro. It is so bad. 356 waves until we get second wind. So basically, we're not getting second wind back this run. Let me see if Nova's super chat ever showed up in my activity feed. It did not. Okay, that's so stupid. I wanted to be able to play it because I advertise it like, hey, if you do a $2 or higher super chat, it will read it in a funny AI generated voice or like text to speech voice, whatever. Anyway. Huh. I don't know what happened. I went on a tangent for like 30 minutes talking about parenting and life, and we went from like 115 viewers to half of that. I'm sorry, guys. Did it slide vertically? No, it slid like you would turn it on its side and it would slide up. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't think it was a BlackBerry because the BlackBerries, they slid up when you were just holding it in your phone like you normally would. But the I'm pretty sure it was a Samsung. The phone that I had, you had to like flip it on its side, then you would slide it up and you would basically have access to the full keyboard. Like the full keyboard. How's the lawn care going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. It's been raining a lot, so I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, also just dealing with like the annual kind of allergy bullcrap. That's why at the start of the stream, I was just like coughing up a storm and having to clear my throat over and over. But yeah. T-Mobile Sidekick. I don't know. As long as we don't see another overcharge, maybe we'll be okay. But clearly minimum range was not the play for this tournament. Battle conditions. We'll see. We'll see. Are we able to go ahead and max some of this stuff? Oh, shoot. Yeah, we can max a bunch of this. Perfect. So there we go. Why not? More defense absolute. Let's go. Here comes the first test with hybrid in tournaments. I don't know if this is a good idea since my run lasted 3 hours and 22 minutes on EHP. We'll see. We'll see. And if it doesn't go well, you'll at least have a baseline and you'll know kind of more or less like how bad it is, or potentially you may surprise yourself. It might actually work better than you thought it would. That's happened with me many times when I've tested things. But there are definitely like you're gonna do tests and it's gonna be terrible. So just keep that in mind as well. I'm in the junior tournament and I still have 2.2 Q on my Deathwave ring. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, Wasabi to Bacon. What up? How's it going? Oh my God, we died. We're still at rank 11. Oh my God. Okay, guys. I think it's going to be a wrap. It's going to be a wrap for the stream. I'm so tilted. I am so tilted. Why? Why is this my bracket today? This is absolutely terrible. So for reference, last tournament, I got rank 1 with 2,000 waves. This tournament, I'm getting almost 100 waves higher, and I'm getting rank 11. But guys, don't let the bracket RNG sway your emotions too much, because bracket RNG, sometimes you have good ones, sometimes you have bad ones, whatever, it doesn't matter. The main thing you want to look at is try to look at how you do wave wise over the course of time. So like the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now 7. So the past basically 7 tournaments, I have consistently gotten over 2,000 waves. Some I get a little bit higher, some I get a little bit lower, but consistently progressing. And compare that to your previous, your previous weeks, your previous months. And you want to pay attention to the gradual incline. That's how you can measure your success. The rank number, whatever, Sometimes you have good brackets. Other times you get rank 11 when you have, oh my God, it's so stupid. But yeah, hopefully that's a little bit encouraging. Is there a better way to do these tests? I don't have a lot of gems to rush or to run tournaments. Maybe go up 1 or 2 tiers. I mean, testing in tournaments is kind of a different thing because you have to spend gems. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of a better way to do it, at least in tournaments, because you're going to have to spend gems. GG, Spartan Jr. GG. GG indeed. Let's see. Are we getting promoted, boys? Probably not. Chrisendor should get promoted, maybe. Coffee and Bacon's definitely getting promoted right here. Who else is with us? I didn't see. Where's Rally at? Did I already skip over Rally? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I feel like me and Rally are kind of around the same place. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind. Rally has way more relics than I do. But yeah, guys, if you missed the most recent episode of the Beginner Progress series, it was actually the final episode of the Beginner Progress series. I am rebranding the video series, and I am switching it to the... I still haven't decided on the name. Some people wanted me to call it the Intermediate Progress series, but there's 2 problems with that. First, I can barely read the word intermediate. And second, I don't know. That also kind of locks me into a very specific time frame. So I think it would actually be better to just call it the Free-to-Play Progress series, because this account is basically free-to-play, with an exception of these packs. But whatever. People have already gotten mad at me about that in the past. You can still claim the title of free-to-play even if you have these 3 packs, because guess what? If people don't have the Disable Ads pack, they're probably not going to play this game for over a year. I don't know. Even if you're the most patient person in the world, you're probably not going to be... Yeah, anyway, that's my thought on that. Oh yeah. That is where we're at. You're lucky I'm not in your bracket. I know, right? Saved by the bell, I guess. My bracket RNG literally doesn't matter right now since I'm bouncing between plat and gold. Yeah. You don't really get as frustrated with it until you're trying to stay in Legends. When you're trying to stay in Legends, it gets really frustrating. Like, this guy is pissed. Got 535 waves, that's a good effort. Let me scroll down to when I was bouncing back and forth in Legends so I can show you guys the contrast. So here's my Champions time. As you can see, it was actually decently brief. I didn't do a lot of bouncing back and forth. I did a little bit, but then I was in Champs. I got to stay in Champs with 400 plus waves, basically. This was all while I was building up damage, working on Hybrid. We did a little bit of bounce and forth here and there. But like, look at this. This run right here, I was able to stay in Legends at rank 22 with under 200 waves, 155 waves. I was able to stay in Legends. We'll scroll up a little bit more. Rank 22, 195 waves. And like, look at this. In order to get keys, I got keys with 300 waves. 300 waves got me keys. 300 waves got me keys. 300 waves got me keys. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, but if you compare that to today, to get keys, like in my bracket at least, you need 1,200 waves to get keys. That is ridiculous. Yeah, the tournament problem is not getting any better. It's actually getting worse. So, but at the same time, tournaments are 10% of the playtime for the week, right? You have 2 tournaments a week. Maybe you do a couple of runs each tournament. most of the time you're single player farming. So like, don't fixate on tournaments, but at the same time, like, especially if you're free to play, tournaments are really important. It's frustrating. I get it. I'm dealing with that obviously right now in my current setup, and that's as a pretty heavy stone pack buyer. Praying for this FUDs ad to add another league to rebalance things. Yeah, here's the issue though. Adding a mythic league, it wouldn't actually do much. It really wouldn't. They would probably move all of the keys from legends up to mythic. It would just, I mean, that's what they would most likely do. That would at least be the path of least resistance. So would that actually solve the problem? I don't personally think so. But at the same time, I don't know what would solve the problem. But in a way, it kind of goes back to what we were discussing earlier with like people just, I want something, therefore I should be able to have it. But in reality, there are people that just spend a freaking crap load of money, myself included. I've spent so much money on this game. And they're obviously going to do way better than somebody who's a light spender or free to play. It sucks that that's the way it is, but the only solution I've thought of that might be a cool idea, but I don't know how they would do this or if they even could. I think it would be interesting if they basically did like a free-to-play bracket. So if there were if the brackets that you would join, instead of being based on the time that you join, it would instead be based on, there would be some kind of fancy calculation. It calculates your start date, your coins earned, your stones earned, and also your researches completed, how many labs you've finished. But it would calculate all of those and put you in brackets that basically had not similar people, but similar type of people. So obviously, like, you can look at my stats page and very clearly see I'm probably not free to play. It's probably a safe bet to assume I'm not free to play. So it would lump me in with other people that are also not free to play. And if we're looking at Spartan Jr., yeah, very clearly we are not buying stone packs at least. So like, if there was a way to somehow calculate those 4 metrics and say, okay, we'll put Spartan Jr. in a bracket with people that don't buy a crap load of stuff. The only risk with doing it this way would basically be, now we run into the issue of like a whole bunch of Spartan Juniors are all competing for rank 1 together, which would be fun, but the overall consistency in terms of like rank casually going up over time, it would not really be as measurable, because like, imagine if you had a bracket of 30 people and all 30 of those people were all like top 100 players. They would quit the game because they're used to every single tournament getting rank 1. So if now they're all competing against people at their level, you know, some of those dudes are going to get kicked out of Legends. And that's going to be terrible. Is Spartan Jr. an older account? Crazy. Did you say that you put as much time on them equally? No. So yeah, just to be clear, the start date on both of these is like very similar. I think what happened is I first started playing and I played on Spartan Jr. technically first, but I played for a couple of days, deleted the app, re-downloaded the app, didn't log into this email, and instead logged into this email on July 28th. So that's what happened. But yeah, the actual quote-unquote start date of Spartan Jr. is you would have to go back to the start of the Beginner Progress series and basically subtract 2 weeks from when that video was published. And that's about when I actually started playing on Spartan Jr. I think it's roughly like 10 or 11 months at this point. So yeah. But yeah, in like under a year, we've already hit champions 1 time, and we're slowly just working our way up. then people won't buy stuff. Whales don't want to just eat the other whales. Exactly. That is the issue. No, you keep the keys in Legends, but the new league has a new currency. Yeah. The only issue with that, Cooper, is this new currency would probably be as valuable, if not more valuable, than what keys do. So maybe they add a new section to the vault that you can just get with like mythic keys or something like that. And it has all of these other like stat buffs that just make the rich richer and keep the poor where they're at. And yeah, that's why I was saying it wouldn't necessarily like solve the issue, right? Make it cosmetic? What do you mean? Make the new league cosmetic, or... Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think I understand. Well, let me quickly... Oh gosh, I'm running out of cells. Oh boy. My Mumu player crashed overnight, so all of my cells are basically depleted. We're back down to like basically no cells for us. Oh, but this is what I was talking about earlier. This is my farming dimension core. I know some people have asked me what stats I have on it, but yeah, this is what I'm currently running. And then for my assist, I usually always use Primordial Collapse. It makes the most sense. I don't technically need this black hole duration substat, but whatever. I have it in for now. It's fine. I think the biggest reason, or the biggest issue, is keys. Biggest issue with keys, sorry, I don't know how to read, is the harmony tree with auto restart and bot presets and all of the quality of life stuff. Yeah, I've heard the idea floated around where it's like, okay, what if they just added some of those quality of life features to like the milestones, right? Like, even if it's, for example, in the premium section, like let's say that they have auto restart run in the tier 7 milestone pack and you get it at like 2,500 waves right here in the premium section. It would still incentivize people to spend money on the game, but they wouldn't have to wait until they get to keys to be able to actually utilize it. Oh no. Sorry guys, my internet just had a big hiccup. I hope you all can hear me right now. I don't know what just happened. We just had like a pretty good sized hiccup there. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But I'm just getting everything set up for the tournament here. Or sorry, the farming. I'm going back to farming now. So we'll go back to farm 2. Switch our bot back because I forgot to do that last tournament. There we go. We'll put our summon chip, or sorry, our fetch chip back in. That'll be good. I think we're good. Thank you, Rally. Thank you, Rally. Yeah, Rally was following the instructions from earlier. I said put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah, I don't know what just happened. My OBS like took a dump. But we should be back up now. I guess Starlink just switched to a different satellite or something. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. I don't know. I don't really know if there's anything else we can talk about. But let's see. Let's see if there's anybody I can send you guys to. Also, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if it annoys you guys when I send you to other people, like other tower people. Or put a 2 in the chat if you're okay with it. Or if you like it. So 1 in the chat if it's annoying and you hate it. 2 in the chat if you like it. That'll just help me understand. I don't want to do it if it annoys you guys. Pac-Man just said lawn care. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. It looks pretty clear. You guys are okay with it. All right. So with that, we have either tags or Shadow Saber. Do you guys want to see tags or Shadow Saber? I think I've only sent everybody to Shadow Saber one time. I send you guys to tags quite a bit, so we'll probably just do that. I don't know. You guys let me know. 1 in the chat for tags, 2 in the chat for Shadow Saber. I'll let you guys pick who I send you to. All right, we got 1 vote for tags, so I'll just do tags. All right. Well, I'll send you guys over to tags. Do me a solid once you get in there. Just say, yo, Spartan says hi, or some, I don't know. You guys can get creative with it, but yeah, just let me know. But yeah, overall, more votes for tags, so I'll send you guys over there. Yeah, go tell tags hi. Are you winning, son? Nah, not really. This bracket is freaking terrible. Anyway, good luck with you guys and the rest of your tournaments. I'm almost like I'm 4 ranks away from not getting keys. Like, that's how terrible this bracket is. And I've been getting really consistent keys. Anyway, what if you can't trade stones for keys? Maybe 30 stones for 1 key? Ooh, that would be interesting. That would actually be really interesting. I feel like if it was keys, though, it would probably have to be closer to like 100 stones. Because keys are truly the like most prestigious currency, I guess, is the best way to put it. But yeah. Anyway, that's going to be a wrap for today's stream. Leave a like on your way out. It does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you're new. If you guys purchase anything for the tower in the web store or the in-game app, do me a solid and consider using creator code 300. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. And with that, that's going to conclude the content of today's live stream. But thank you guys so much for watching. And like always, I will see you guys later.
Slow and nice with the tower, let go. Money moves smooth, let the resources grow. I do not manage love, I do not rush plays. I build it right, let the value stay. Golden glow, but I'm honest with tears. Golden towers be tear, let it be clear. Still I ride waves like destiny. Hard full calm, while it heavy on me. They talk loud, I let results speak. Every round stronger, every run.